Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Dallas Stars franchise mode. So in last episode, we had the free agency where we picked up a couple pieces. Sergey Brylin, Stephen Rice, who else did we pick up? Some defenseman Thompson. We didn't pick up a whole lot, but we did, well, actually it was a lot more than previous years, but anyways, we started up the season simulation, and so far it's been kind of a back and forth season. We had a couple injuries as of late, and that might be the reason why we've dropped a couple games. As you can see in our last 10, we're 3-6-1, and we have a 19-18-3 record this season. Now, currently, Mike Modano is injured till the 6th, so he's out for 2 more games. So hopefully, once he comes back in the lineup, we start clicking again. Because if he does, we might have to make some moves in order to make the playoffs. Because we gave up our first round pick last year in the Sador trade, and I want to be in the playoffs this year, hopefully. Last year we just barely squeaked in. This year, hopefully we can make it in by like a landslide type of idea. So let's just go to the 6 just so we can get Modano back in the lineup. See if we can win some games here in January. We're already in 2028, which is crazy. A 9-6 loss. Yeah, we're scoring goals, but our defense is just not keeping the puck out of the net. So Modano is back already. Take Brylin then and to replace him with Modano. And then we'll put Brylin back down to where he regularly was, which was the third line, I think. Was it here? Where was it? I think it was right here, but Rice is right there. Wait, where am I missing? Oh no, it's right here. Yeah, because we were playing as him as center. I almost forgot about that. Because he technically is a center as well. So that's why we're playing him there. Okay, we're good to go. Hopefully we can win some games now. We win 4-1 over Chicago, which is good. Right before Modano came back. Let's go to February the 1st. See if we could string together some wins again like we did earlier in the season, where we scored a lot of goals. I think with Modano in the lineup, it's going to give us that more offensive boost that we need, but who knows? Because like Trevor Wong was killing it on the first line, so... David Baborny's been injured with a fractured collarbone. That's not good. That's our kind of depth scoring kind of guys. So hopefully we can win without him. And we're kind of dropping the ball still. 20-21-4. Jeez, what is with these injuries? We're getting a lot of injuries as of recent. Tan LaChance has been out now and he's going to get replaced. And I guess that's just going to put in Thompson. Because Thompson was originally injured and now he just came back. Like literally when one guy comes back, another one gets injured. It's that type of idea at the moment. Back-to-back ties, so at least it's some points, but we want regulation wins if possible. And there's a trade in it. Wow, that's actually a really cool one. Owen Nolan has been traded to Toronto with a 4th round pick, and Owen Nolan obviously did play in Toronto for a bit. And going to Pittsburgh is a first and a Lannon, but yeah, that's cool. Owen Nolan going to Toronto. I really like seeing that when that happens, and we had 3 straight ties and there's a loss. Yeah, this team is not doing too well. I don't know what it is. And LaChance is back, which means we gotta take out Thompson for a second. And then check out Jason Bowen. We might make a trade for a better defenseman and then send down somebody like Thompson. Or actually, maybe Taze, just because I don't think Taze goes through waivers. If I'm not mistaken. I'll have to check that out. But I think it could be our defense that's the problem, because we do have a lot of younger guys that are playing. And yeah, we're dropping the ball as of late. One more game this month, but we need to start winning games if we want to make the playoffs. I don't want to give a lottery pick to Tampa Bay, please. And no, I don't really want Renberg, and I don't want to give up a first. Okay, so 2022 7-1. Not a good record. Let me just take a quick look. 61 points for Trevor Wong. Jeez. Okay, let's take a look at our lines quickly and see where that problem is. Where the problem is, it's probably the defense. Thompson's a plus 12 when he's played. It's pretty good. Taze -4, Lindback plus 10. So our offense is still outdoing our defense, I think. Yeah, we don't have that bad of a plus-minus rating. Just weird. Offensively, I think all our lines are pretty much in the pluses because of our production. Oh, wait, our fourth line. It's probably the fourth line. Which means we're going to do a quick flip. Let's see. Put Rice down because he's more probably defensively minded. And we'll move up Drake to that second line because he's more offensively minded. Just to give that maybe a boost. Yeah, let's go with that. I don't really let him move Drake always up to top 6 already, but I think giving him a shot up there, he'll give more offense up there, and he's been really bad defensively. So I think that's what's dragging down that fourth line a bit, is their defensive play. Because they're worse than all the other lines combined, I think. Well, not combined, but let's go right to the trade deadline. We might make still some trades this year, depending on how we're simulating, or we might send some guys down to kind of refresh the lineup a bit. Or maybe actually a combination of both. So Luke Robitaille and John Druce head to New Jersey for a first and a third. So Robitaille leaving LA. In real life, he was with LA 3 different times, which is pretty crazy. We lost again to Czech Republic. Come on, boys, we need wins. This team is really kind of annoying me because we should be kind of simulating better with all the younger guys, but we're really not doing that. And we've lost multiple in a row, and there's an OT win over New Jersey. I just stopped the simulation for a second now. How much points are we back of a playoff spot? Because if we're far back, that's not good. So the last playoff team has 60 points, which means we're 11 points back at them. The last wildcard has 57. So we're still only 8 points back, but that's still a pretty big margin at this point in time. So hopefully we could somehow pull off a really good last half of the season. Like last year, we literally made it by the skin of our teeth. If we could do that again this year, I'll be happy. But I really want to make it farther than the first round this year. But this team is just not being consistent, and our goals against is really bad. Like, we might need to find a new goalie other than Nabokov. Like, DePenta is going to be a bit of a project. He's going to take a few years, but our NHL goaltending is doing really bad. That's 3 straight losses, and there's another trade. Jitnik and Chernka and a fifth head to Chicago for Monte and Bermanis. But yeah, we dropped 3 straight games again. We're just falling further and further out of the playoff race. No, I do not want Isaac Pitton. I don't even know who that is. We just beat Russia in overtime. Do I want to make any trades? Let's just take a quick look at what's on the trading block. But at this point, I think we're going to be a team that misses. We're 8 points back of the Red Wings. We could still make it, but I don't know. Let's take a look at the trading block. See if there's anything we could trade for that will help us out, because our team is just, it's not been that good. I'd prefer a defenseman, I think, because our forward core is already pretty strong, I think. So is there any good defenseman available? A lot of these guys are really bad, or older prospect-wise. Like, Kravchuk's dropped off a lot. Drake Berehowski. Drake Berehowski. Okay, let me drink water. Drake Berehowski's now an interesting one. 1 year left, 80 overall. I'm only a -1. I don't know if he's worth trading for, though. Probably not. But we'll keep him in our pinned in our head, potentially. Stefan Kintel's another guy, but he is good defensively, but he's really physical. Oh, Daryl Sador. But 7 years left. Jesus. What kind of contract is that? Matthew Schneider's got 4 years left. Eric Desjardins. 1 year left at 9.5. He'd be another kind of rental dude, but we'd have to give up a first to get somebody like him. And he's probably getting closer to retirement. There's also Kucera. Kucera's not bad either. And he's a right-handed shot, which is kind of interesting. But a lot of these guys we're probably going to have to give up good picks for. Marty Turco. I was saying we should probably trade for him, or pick him up. He's playing in the AHL. This guy was originally drafted by Germany, and then he signed with the Islanders recently. I don't know if he would be a good backup goalie in the NHL. Like, he could be better than Simic. That's questionable. I don't know if I want to bring it Turco or not. A couple forwards. There doesn't seem to be anything super interesting out there. At least in terms of my opinion. Most of it is prospects and guys that we don't really need. Roman Hammerlick, 2 years left. That's not that bad, but I don't really... I don't know if I really need him. I'd have to give up a first as well probably to get him, which I don't really want to do. Like, giving up first round picks is too risky. Brett Hedican, 4 years left. Sligger's got 4 years left. Too much term on those guys. Dave Carper's too physical. Timo Solani with 1 year left. I'd have to give up multiple firsts as well to get him, but it's kind of weird to see him on the block. Okay, and Winnipeg has... How did Shannon go up to an 88? Jeez. He must be putting up a lot of points to somebody. Dallas Drake, no thanks, and Nelson Emerson. So yeah, there's not really anything I really want to trade for, which really sucks. But let's go to the trade deadline, and then maybe we'll make a trade. I don't know. I don't think we will, though. Just because even though we are probably not going to be a playoff team, there's like nobody that I really want to trade for without giving up multiple first for. And I don't think that's a wise thing to do at this stage, because we already just gave up a lottery pick potentially if we miss the playoffs this year. So hopefully this team could just turn it around all of a sudden. There's a nice 9-3 win. And Brad May has been traded to Detroit for Houston, and whoever that is probably a good prospect. Some Yzerman prospect, Tebow and Pitton head to Edmonton for Ustorf, Barahowski, and a third. But yeah, we'll take a look at all the trades around the league once we get to the deadline as well. But yeah, hopefully this team turns it around. A first in Stevenson and a second head to Anaheim for Sean Hill and Paul Laus. Brett Hedican and a fourth head to the Flyers for Renberg and a third. Some interesting deals. Can we beat Toronto, please? Yes, we do. 6-1. Our offense might come back. We've won 3 straight games, and there's a 4-hour loss. There was another trade I just went through quickly. I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. We'll take a look at the trades once we get to the deadline. Give me another win, please. Thank you. We're starting to play a bit better, but we need to play better than this. Racine heads to Toronto for Habscheid and L. Elfordson. Interesting. And Voborny is back, which is good because we need that type of depth scoring in our lineup, which is going to take out Vorobiev, who actually had 10 points in 19 games as a depth guy, so that's pretty solid. But Voborny back in. There you go. Last game before the deadline against Vancouver is another win. So this team's turning it around recently. 5 wins in our last 6 games. And wow, okay, there's a big blockbuster trade. Timo Solani heads to New York. I think it's probably the Rangers. And a third and a fourth for Jay Bowman and a first. I don't know who Jay Bowman is, but he probably is like a high up prospect, I would assume. Okay, so we're 26, 28, 7-2. Let's take a quick look at the standings as we're at this deadline. We're still out of the playoffs by only 4 points now, though. So we're starting to make up some ground, which is good. Hopefully it's because we're back to full health. Let's take a quick look at the trades that's happened, and I don't think we're going to make any trades just because I don't want to risk it. So Javon Bowman is the one that went to Washington in that Solani deal, okay? But yeah, I'm going to just skim through these. If you guys want to pause it and look at the trades, you can. Daryl Shannon heads to Buffalo. That's where he was in real life, so that's cool. And he started in Winnipeg in this, so he actually went where he went in real life at some point. Oh, the trade I must have went through was Jeff Sanderson and Louis DeBrusk headed to Sweden. Looks like Washington's just offloading everybody. But yeah, if you guys want to pause at any point, you can, and take a look at these deals that happened around the league. Zhitnik and Turnka, I mentioned that one, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Amante to Vancouver. So pretty blockbuster-based trade deadline, like Luke Robitaille gets dealt, Tony Monte gets dealt, Timo Solani gets dealt. Pretty interesting. Okay, so yeah, we're not making any trades this year. I'm going to already say that right now just because I don't want to give up the picks and potentially put us further back in a rebuild. Like, if we're giving up a lottery pick this year, we're giving up a lottery pick. But hopefully this team could just continue the momentum we've been on recently, where we've won, how much is it? 5 of our last 6? Yeah, 5 of our last 6 games. So let's just go right to the end of the season pretty much after we get these last 2 ones done. Game against San Jose, we win 3-2, and we beat Anaheim 3-1. So we're playing good at hockey. Hopefully our division, the rest of the teams in like the Western Conference play really bad. Hopefully the Eastern Conference teams win a lot more games. Okay, so let's go right to the end of this 2-week status. That's 4 more games. There's a 4-1 win. We need to beat Detroit here. We're chasing them, and we lose them 3-2. But we're still winning some games other than that one. And the Nabokov has been injured with a swollen knee. Oh my god. Why does this have to happen now? We don't want to ride on Simic for the rest of the season. That's probably not going to be a good thing to do. But we have to do it. Simic and Machovsky. Can these 2 AHL kind of goalies get us to a playoff spot? I have no idea. Because they're going to have to without Nabokov out that long. But yikes, that is not a good time for that to happen when we're trying to get back into a playoff hunt. This is probably going to set us back a bit. And then the AHL is going to put in Jay Jones. Jerry Jones, what a name that the computer signed us. Game against Hartford is a 2-1 win. And we're back in the wildcard spot. So we're just going to have to ride on these AHL goalies and hope that they make us to the playoffs. Because Nabokov's not back till... Is it the end of the season? Yeah, he's not back till right till the end of the season. So we got to win games with a 79 and a 70. Okay, geez, goalies, let's see what you're made of. 4 games this week. One of them is against Detroit, who we're like kind of trying to battle with. There's a 1-1 tie, I'll take a point. An OT loss, I don't like that. Another loss against Germany. Oh, man. And a tie with Detroit. So we're still only just a bit out of a playoff spot at the moment. Come on, boys. Come on, Simic, you could do this. You're a sim god. Come on, man. That's why your last name is Simic. And we lost 6-2, but we win 4-2 right back. And a 1-1 tie. We're 3 points back of the Red Wings now for that last playoff spot. How's the other division doing? Because maybe we'll be able to take a 5th seed. 74 points. 74 points. Okay, yeah, so we might actually be able to squeak in if LA does really bad down the stretch. So hopefully we don't have to face them. Or if we do, hopefully we beat them. So we got 6 more games left. Let's go right to this 31st point. See if we can win 3 of our last 6 games. There's a 5-4 loss, which is not good. And the Nabokov is already back. So he came back a bit earlier than expected, but that is good. I don't care if Machovsky plays down in the AHL right now. Actually, maybe I do. Because I don't know how the AHL's season's been going. They made the playoffs last year. Hopefully they do this year. But yeah, we might come down right to the last game again, depending on how Nabokov simulates down the stretch. There you go. He's still going to be playing injured. And then Jerry Jones taken out for Machovsky. There you go. Come on, Nabokov. Get me some dubs, boy. 2 games. We win there in overtime, which is huge. And game against Edmonton's another win. Okay, so we're at 78 points. We got 2 games left. I think 2 games left. No, 3 games left. And we're only 1 point back of the LA Kings currently. So we're just hoping that we could take that 5th spot, like the last wildcard spot. We got 3 games left, Chicago, San Jose, and Germany. We need to win them all pretty much. Let's go one at a time. Chicago, it's a divisional opponent as well. 5-4 overtime win. That's a huge overtime win. These 2 overtime wins, whoever's scoring those game winners, big clutch ones. Game against San Jose. Come on, boys. 4-3 win. We've just won 2 of our last 3 games. Have we clinched yet? No, we have not. 82 points in 81 games. LA's at... Oh, wait, Vancouver's the only team that fell out. Oh, no, Detroit fell out. They have 81 points in 81 games. So it comes down to this last game. We win this, and they're out of the playoffs. But, like, look how tight it is. Like, even the not the Blackhawks, the Eagles had 79 points. So they're just out of a playoff race now. Hopefully they don't beat us and upset us. And hopefully the Red Wings lose their last game of the season. Because if the Red Wings lose, we make the playoffs. So let's just go advance a day. They didn't play their game yet, I don't think. Okay, come on, boys. Beat Germany, beat Germany, beat Germany, beat Germany. And, oh, it's a 5-2 loss, but we still clinched. I think Detroit must have lost in regulation. Yep, Detroit lost, and, wow, the Eagles finished with 81 points as well. So we just barely made the playoffs for the second straight season. We just literally beat it by the last 3 games of the season. And, wow, Trevor Wong had 100 points this year. I was not expecting a 100-point season from Trevor Wong, especially considering he got injured, I think, for a bit, wasn't he? Or no, Medana was injured. But damn, we just barely made it, and we didn't give up a lottery pick again, which is good. Okay, so let's take a look at our points this season. So for forwards, Wong 100 points in 82 games. That came out of nowhere, kind of. Yeah, 68 points the year before, and then all of a sudden he just puts up 100 points. Really good playmaker. Glad I have him. Medano, 82 points. That's his best season yet, I think, almost. Or maybe not. But he had 49 goals in 70 games, so he would have been over 50 goals if he would have stayed healthy. Sidor, 74 points. Audette, 57. Lundell, 52. Klatt, 51. Yeah, it seems like our depth scoring did really well. And Drake had 31 points since moving him up to that second line. It's not a bad year for him. He's got 44 career points. And yeah, pretty much everybody on this team played decent. But defensively, we did have some lines that didn't do that well. Yeah, it was mostly like the bottom 6 kind of guys. Or that 4th line especially, actually. Because Drake was originally on that 4th line, so it was the 4th line that was just dragging us down. Defensively, let's take a look at points. Lindback, 35 points in his first season. That's pretty good. Hatcher, 27. Lachance, 22. Godiniak, 19. Thompson, 16 and a plus 11. Taves, 12 points. And Bowen, 3. Pretty good for defense. Our only minus defenseman was Taves, this was his first season in the NHL, so whatever. And goalie-wise, Nabokov was pretty solid. Simic wasn't the greatest, but he did win some of those games while Nabokov was injured. And Michovsky, how did he do in the NHL out of curiosity? Michovsky in the NHL went 1-1, so at least he got 1 win. That 1 win probably helped us make the playoffs too, so. Okay, let's take a quick look at the entire league for points, and then we will look at the standings and see who we're up against in the first round of the playoffs. So leading the league in points was Robert Reichel with 117. Jeez. That kind of came out of nowhere as well. Looks like it was a really good point season for most teams. So 117 points, jeez. Kozlov 114, Yashin 110, Brindamore 108. Same with Jers. Jeez, there's a lot of guys over 100 points this year. We haven't had a lot of 100-point guys, but this is the first time I've seen this multiple. Wow, okay. In terms of goals, the best goal man this year was Rod Brindamore with 55. If Medana would have been healthy all year, he would have probably won it, but he wasn't, unfortunately. Defensively, the most defensive points is Tommy Vallon. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned that this guy was probably going to win in Norris, I think, at some point. Yeah, this guy looks really good for Tampa Bay. Chris Pronger, 80 points as well. Niedermeyer, Lidstrom. Okay. Goalie-wise, the best goaltender this year for wins was Thomas Vokoun. Of course. What is this? We let go of Vokoun and then he goes to Calgary and he has a fantastic season. Wow, that is weird. Maybe we should have had him as a starter instead of Nabokov. Because we could use the goalie like that. Like, damn, okay. Good job, Vokoun, no. Ron Tugnet, 43 wins. Same with Hedberg, 37, okay. The most shutouts this season by a goalie was Nikolai Habibulin with 7. Best save percentage this season by a starter was Habibulin with a 915. And best goals against by a starter was Habibulin with a 2.61. And in terms of rookie scoring, the best rookie for points this year was Jokela for the Flames with 59. So yeah, it looks like the Flames just had a good season for the first time, I think, because I don't think they made the playoffs really at all. In terms of the league standings, let's take a look at what we did well this year and what we didn't, because we just barely made it again. Goals for per game this season, the best was the Calgary Flames. Where are we? We're pretty good offensively, 3.27 goals per game, but our goals against is really bad, it looks like. 3.2, yeah, we're probably around here. Yeah, we were just not good defensively. We needed to clean that up a bit. Like, we only scored 6 more goals than we allowed. Power play percentage, not that good at all. 17.6 is, yeah, right down here. It's like closer to the middle, I guess. And our penalty kill percentage was not too bad, despite only being 80.6%. And we were solid on home ice, but on the road is where we were kind of around 500. Okay, so let's take a quick look at who we're going up against in round 1 of the playoffs. Hopefully it's a team we get beat. Hopefully it's not too tough of a team. The Blues finished first in our division again. Damn those Blues. At least they don't have Brett Hull anymore. And we are playing the Calgary Flames. And Thomas Vokoun, that means. Damn. I knew something was going to probably come back to bite us this year, and that could be Vokoun, because Vokoun had a fantastic year this year, and we could have kept him over Heavy Bullen, but we didn't. Or not Heavy Bullen, why did I say Heavy Bullen? Nabokov. Too much Russian names. But yeah, this is their team, so they have a really weak bottom six. Wow, they have a really weak team in terms of overall ratings, but their defense must be stacked. Nylander, Reichel, and Fleury, really good first line, and they all had like a lot of points. But then you have a 77 in Booth. You have Newendijk, who's dropping off, and Strome, who's only a 76. And then you have a 75 and 82. They must have some injuries too. Yoko led the rookies in points as a 76. Yeah, like they have so much 77s and belows, it's ridiculous. They must have an injury. That's only what I could think of. And their defense is bad too. How did they assimilate so well? Slingy and Kapanen, like, what is this team? I've never seen this team this bad. Like, a lot of them are young guys, but how did Vokoun pull off a 45-win season with this team in front of him? It's weird. And Chris Mason was the backup, and he was pretty solid as well. And they have no injuries, but their depth is just as bad as their forward core and their defense. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Dallas Stars franchise mode. So on paper, I think we have a chance to beat these guys just because they're reliant on their top line only, it looks like. But they had a really good season simulation, so we can't count them out just based on overall wise. Who knows, they could be a better team than we think. So anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.